Now I'm here with NBC News legal analyst Misty Marris to dive into this a little further, revealing day one in court from the prosecutor showing your surveillance footage, the 911 calls. What stood out to you the most?
I actually think this 911 call, something new. We didn't really know what the circumstances were on that day. It's a McDonald's employee who calls and says there are customers here who are really upset because they think the UnitedHealthcare CEO killer is at the McDonald's. Calls 911, police respond. This is important because part of what prosecutors are trying to show is what's called exigent circumstances, meaning there was an emergency situation, and this call was setting the stage for how everything else unfolded on that day. Really important to the prosecution's argument.
All right, you told Steph there that even when you don't have this level of attention, this would be an uphill battle for defendants to get this evidence thrown out. Let's recap there. Mangione's legal team essentially arguing because there was no search warrant, he wasn't read his Miranda rights, everything basically seized at McDonald's, backpack, journal, gun, it should all be suppressed. Just looking at history, remove this case and what we've seen in this case so far, how successful is this type of argument usually?
Well, it's really fact-based, and all of the law that we're talking about, the legal standards that are going to be decided by the judge, whether or not the search and the statements come into the courtroom, that is based on case law. So these are cases that have gone up on appeal and decisions have been made about whether or not warrantless searches are justified. And the reason why it's so challenging from a defense perspective is that, of course, there's the default rule. A warrantless search is unconstitutional, but there are many, many exceptions to those rules, and oftentimes you're going to see evidence fitting into those. And I think that's what's going to happen here.
So we heard from 5 witnesses yesterday. That includes a prison guard who spoke at length with Mangione. Prosecutors expected to call a number of others to take the stand throughout the week. What are the stories that both the prosecution and the defense are trying to tell this week to try and get their side to win?
So the prosecution, and remember who the audience is, right? It's Judge Caro. He's been on the bench for 25 years. He's probably done thousands of these. He knows the legal standards. Prosecution wants to focus on what was happening at the time. They're talking about this manhunt of somebody. There's a video in the public sphere. Everybody's looking for this person who's on the run. They want to set that stage and then have all the officers come on the stand and justify why they did what and when. Defense, on the other hand, really focused on the timeline, minute to minute. Where was Luigi? Where was the backpack? Who's talking to him at what point? And that minutia, and trying to fit into that overall argument that all of this evidence should be thrown out.
All right, more to come today. Misty, good to have you with us. Thank you so much.